In previous class we have discussed about Findess algorithm as well as candidate elimination algorithm. Let us discuss about the topic inductive bias. The candidate elimination algorithm will converge towards the true target concept provided it is given accurate training examples. The fundamental questions for inductive inference in general are: what if the target concept is not contained in the hypothesis space? How does the size of this hypothesis space influence the ability of the algorithm to generalize to unobserved instances? How does the size of the hypothesis space influence the number of training examples that must be observed? If you are considering the context of candidate elimination algorithm, candidate elimination algorithm is always having some bias. So that is, if you are considering the biased hypothesis space by considering the Enjoy Sports example. Here three training instances are considered. The first two training instances considered and specific hypothesis is formed is warm normal strong cool change, but it incorrectly covers the third training example. What is the problem here? That is, we have biased the learner to consider only conjunctive hypothesis. So if you are considering the one more case, that is unbiased learner. If you want to make the candidate elimination algorithm to be unbiased one, so here we need to design hypothesis space to represent every teachable concept. But if you are considering the attributes, possible values of the each attribute for good day for water sport, actually number of distinct subsets are depending on the training instances x, that is 2 to the power x. Thus actually there are 2 to the power 96 distinct target concept that could be defined over the instance space. Our learner might be called upon to learn, but our conjunctive hypothesis space is able to represent only 973 of this very biased hypothesis space. So we can say that candidate elimination algorithm, if it is provided with the unbiased learner concept, means we need to redefine the hypothesis space such a way that it should allow arbitrarily disjunctions, conjunctions and negations with respect to our earlier hypothesis. For instance, the target concept sky is sunny or sky is cloudy could be described as sunny with the 5 question mark or cloudy with the 5 question mark. But here again new problem arises is we are completely unable to generalize beyond the observed examples. That is, if you are considering the example, x is the training instance, c is the class label. So we can formulate specific hypothesis that is with respect to positive example, that is 1 and 3. But general hypothesis says that if it is not 2, then it is positive example. So that means 1, 3, 4 are considered as a positive example, but here for new instance 4 we don't know whether it belongs to positive example or negative examples. So in order to learn the target concept, one would have to present every single instance in X as a training example. Each unobserved instance will be classified positive by precisely half the hypothesis in a version space and negative by other half. So bias-free learning says that learner that makes no prior assumption regarding the identity of the target concept has no rational basis for classifying any unseen instance. The inductive bias of candidate elimination algorithm says that inductive learning algorithms are able to classify unseen examples only because of their implicit inductive bias for selecting one consistent hypothesis over another. The bias associated with the candidate elimination algorithm is that the target concept is contained in the given hypothesis space. The output, the hypothesis and classification of subsequent instances follow deductively from this assumption together with the observed training data. So assertion of H contains the target concept is the inductive bias of the candidate elimination algorithm. Then with respect to the bias, we can say that rote learner. So rote learner already we know that it is lazy learner, or nearest neighbor classifier is the example for lazy learner. So this particular learner will consider the learning by simply storing each observed training example in memory. So it has very less bias. Then candidate elimination algorithm, here new instances are classified only in the case where all members of the current version space agree on the classification. Otherwise system refuses to classify the new instance. Compared to rote learner, it has more bias. But if you are considering the FIND-S algorithm, this algorithm described earlier finds more specific hypothesis consistent with training example. It uses this hypothesis to classify all subsequent instances. So it has more bias compared to the candidate elimination algorithm. So algorithms we can list from weakest to strongest bias as rote learner, candidate elimination algorithm, FIND-S. Rote learner has least bias, FIND-S has most bias. Ranking inductive learners according to their bias shows that rote learner is having weakest bias strength, and FIND-S has strongest bias strength. This completes first module. Next we'll move on to next module, that is decision tree learning. Explain candidate elimination algorithm by taking smiley face example. Take this as assignment. Thank you.